I'm struggling, and I guess that's an interesting element to put in this video, is that you always hear about these vloggers that go around, and I'm not comparing myself to a vlogger that has like 1 million followers, but I have a channel that's established, and I have a lot of ego problems at the thought. Quite frankly, if I had 1 million followers, I think I'd have the exact same problem, honestly, that I have. I guess the viewers are going to say it's refreshing. I'd rather like hear someone that is having problems with that type of stuff than the opposite. So,
all right, I'm in a city.
How do I even get in it? Where's the front?
Right there.
I don't know. It says to go around.
Close it around.
That was really cool. It's weird how I'm incorporating that into this video now. I didn't intend for that, but I'm definitely struggling with something I think called imposter syndrome or something like that, where I'm having a lot of difficulty in I guess, being able to say who I am or have an ego. I am home now, filming on my camera. This is the Dada. Say hello to the people.
Yeah. Hello.
So we came home, and we were saying before, wow, this video took a different turn. So when I set out today, I really thought I was going to be filming a video of just me, like, I had a gift card and having fun at the mall and all that. And as always happens with me, when I have a day off from work or some time to think for myself or to myself, I end up thinking. And I burped. The music's no good anyhow. I have to do so many. Let's head somewhere. You want to head back down that way? Yeah, I can't even cut through that way, so I'm gonna go back this way. I mean, what's funny is a lot of times my viewers are gonna say something like they find somebody's qualities good and refreshing, and others that I'm not the big Disney vlogger everyone talks about that goes in with the obnoxious camera. But at the same time, it is a flaw, because it's getting to a point where it's like I have zero ego. That I've done a lot of cool things in media, a lot of cool, amazing things on paper, and
Motion pictures.
my professional IMDb's and everything like that. And a lot of times when people come across that, they feel very confused how it could be me, because I don't exude that in any way. That experience, imposter syndrome, was basically this concept I have given thought to before, which is imposter syndrome. A lot of really cool experiences. Television production, featured background on, major movie sets, Divergent, War Dogs, and with YouTube, you're able to be your own boss. The entertainment industry at a theatrical level can be rough. That's why people don't understand. Like, you could be in a sitcom and be recognizable and have to work at a retail store because you can't make a living. But because I have a flaw that I think encompasses a lot of people who have been in the entertainment industry. And a lot of times that's why you end up getting taken advantage by people in the industry. That I have zero ego. It's not even a little bit. We don't feel worthy of the things that we're doing or pursuing, or our accomplishments. I know that I've thought about this concept before and been thinking I was experiencing it. I've always worked very hard in my life, whether it was my grades or different things, and yet I've never felt worthy. And that comes a lot from, number one, my childhood, that I went through a lot of trauma. Anything I was good at when I was younger, I was told by my mother and her family that I was crap. It's zero. You would actually say it's zero? Pretty much.
It's
pathetic.
like intervention level.
Intervention level. My ego is really bad. I am certainly not at the level of some of these vloggers that will go in and be like, I want to go in somewhere and I want free stuff or something like that. Not at all. I want to go in just so that I can film a video, and I'm having a lot of difficulty with that because I'm actually shaking because I'm not used to it. My ego is very, very bad, even though I've done a lot of cool things, and the channel is established. Another very nice restaurant. This one kind of gives off the vibe of like Disney Springs because it's a huge part open.
At least there's this one.
And then it has this interior element here. Kind of weird how you're just filming the day out, but you don't intend for it to go that direction. And then it goes there, you know, where I have a major social ego problem, and I have an even bigger issue as it pertains to the entertainment industry. And the things I have done on paper with the entertainment industry are so impressive that when people Google my name, they see those things and they do not believe it's me, because when you meet me, I'm not trying to put myself down, but I come off as pathetic. What? You don't want me to say it for the video, but I need to say what's true and what I feel resonates. That my ego is in a bad place, and it does not I didn't know those birds could fly. Apparently, just so you know, those duck birds can fly.
A lot.
I did not know that. Case. But what happens is they Google me, they see these things, and they're like, "Is this you?" And they don't believe it for two reasons.
You had a relative that
One,
said, who is this?
they don't believe it because I think there's this misconception: if you've done things in the industry, you must have a lot of money and not have to work mainstream. That's a total not true. The other element is they meet me and they see the way I carry myself, and they say to themselves, obviously a girl that's done this and that in the industry would be walking around with the biggest ego possible, and instead it's the opposite, you know? So
It's always a common problem with the industry.
but there's a lot of girls in the industry. They either had successful advertising campaigns or different things, sitcoms, and people will meet them and be like, this girl was so nice, I can't believe it. It's like, why? Because that's this stigma that's been associated with the industry. No, that's another element that is unfortunate downfall of that shopping center, is that it's so blazing hot out. Look at that glare. We're not even in summertime, that it's going to be quite a challenge. Even if it's advertised to go over there, it's going to be quite a challenge to go over there.
The issue is it's going to be at the least a nighttime place.
I think I handled that how you're supposed to. Anytime you're going in somewhere, I think you should have enough respect for the business to ask them, is it okay if I film? You don't need to tell them ahead of time you're coming, but like ask, is it okay, so they know why you're walking around with a camera, basically. And I was taught from a very young age that if you have an ego or you're proud of something that you have done, that makes you a bad person. That means you're egotistical. I remember that. And constantly being put down, and this is something, if you Google it, it makes sense. When you right onto Google, where does imposter syndrome come from? That's where it comes from. Probably can come from a lot of places, but a lot of it came from my childhood. So, I mean, even when I was younger, I started to have accomplishments in the entertainment industry, professional theater, productions, you know, the type of things where the theater school was sponsored by things like American Express. Some very famous people came out of that school. I did a lot of professional auditions when I was younger. And I had a lot of success even at a very young age. And all the time, the response from my mother, as well as her parents, was, you're not so special, your cousins are very special too. And here's a little voice in my head again, justifying that I was not a narcissist. I would always, I had an accomplishment, I had some sort of accomplishment, and I didn't have 1 second to enjoy it. It was accomplishment, response from family was, you are crap, your cousins are very special too. My direct cousins that they're talking about chose a very, not that there's anything wrong with it, but they chose a different route in life, a very, very, very religious route in their life, so they haven't really followed a lot of mainstream societal elements in their life. In other words, school pursuits, those types of things, unfortunately, weren't really important to them. There'll be times where I don't feel. I always worked very hard with school, studied my butt off, and again, it would be this feeling that I didn't deserve it. I have an IMDb. I've done a lot of really cool things, and there's this misconception that, oh, if you've done things in the entertainment industry and you have this huge credential list, you must have a lot of money and be, in quote, famous and not have to work. It's not true at all. You'll have people who have had good success. You know, they've had 8 episodes or so on a sitcom, and they're working a mainstream job working at a restaurant, because what people need to understand is that you can have exposure in the entertainment industry and start to be known or had a known experience, and still you are a very average person, because the money that you're making, it's 2 separate things. When my entire life I've had experiences where people have looked at my IMDb and seen that I've done a lot of cool things. Professional television production, featured background work on very, very large movie sets like Divergent. And I've done these really cool experiences. A lot of editorial work. And I'll have people that will look at my IMDb and be very confused as to how it's me. On the one hand, I think they're comparing it to like, oh, well, how do you work, or different things like that. But I think they're also comparing it to the way I carry myself, that I carry myself, unfortunately, where I look at the floor. And that is imposter syndrome. I realize I'm dealing with imposter syndrome. I had an experience today where, you know, a lot of content creators or vloggers will go into places and venues and want to film thinking they're going to get something or something, and not at all. It's like, for me, I had an experience today where I wanted to film certain elements that involved going into a business, and if you're human about it, being nice and asking their permission to film, which I had an experience with today, because I wanted to it just fit in my content today. It was kind of random, but I wanted to include it. And I realized that I'm shaking, like I'm having imposter syndrome. I'm not used to, I guess, working in the entertainment industry anymore, even though I used to be so heavily in it, and the imposter syndrome sneaking in, that who am I to walk in somewhere and ask to film? And the mind justifies it. Oh, you're under 10,000 subscribers. Oh, it's like, you know what, when I have 1 million, it won't make a difference. I'll still be having this problem unless I talk about it more and try to deal with it head on. I know other people who have been successful in life have talked about it, the imposter syndrome. But I've had a lot of, in quote, mainstream successes, you know, college, top of my class, all this stuff, and yet those are mainstream successes. That's not the entertainment industry, and still I don't feel worthy. Oh, did I deserve that GPA? It's like, yeah, because I studied till 4 a.m. every night in order to prove myself. So the irony is the past ends up pushing you to really do well in life, but then when you accomplish it, you still feel like crap. So the video took an unexpected turn because I realized I wanted today's video to be shopping at the mall, self-care with a gift card. The turn was, it went from superficial self-care, walk around, go shopping, which I thought had a mental health positive element to it, to realizing that the self-care was actually going to come in the form of talking about that it's okay to have an ego. It's okay to feel good about your accomplishments, or my accomplishments. I have to learn how to say my and stop making it third person. We are at the Pinstripes. It's a bowling. I notice I do that a lot. But yeah, I was and have been experiencing imposter syndrome, and that's the kind of unexpected turn that this video took. I knew I had wanted to make a video on this for a while, but it's weird how it very unexpectedly came into this video. I need to practice more having an ego, not in the sense of that. God. I think I have sciatica or something. It's like when you have like a pinched nerve. not in the sense of that I'm going to do something fancy to exude that ego, but rather it's okay to feel good. It's okay to feel proud of an accomplishment. Okay, we're now going from the nifty rooftop back downstairs. And it's not, as my mother told me when I was a child, that makes you a bad person. I'm frustrated a little bit that I feel like people who, not always, just people who had very healthy childhoods growing up and they still have had rough experiences for either they became susceptible to something or maybe they had a weak personality, whatever. But I'm frustrated that it's not innate to me. I have to practice and work very hard at essentially healing my hard drive. My hard drive is messed up. I have to practice having an ego. I have to practice self-care. And be very mindful of these things in order to improve. But I want to improve because I've been in a rut far too long and I've been making accomplishments and progressing, and it's important that I take a step back. And I think one of even the suggestions I saw on how to overcome this was actually to write down. That's one of the things it said, to write down and see all the different things that, how I've gone from A to B to C, and start to like 1 in the morning on the weekends, which is really cool because normally there are not really anything open here in Aventura, you know, at that time. Cheesecake Factory's closed like 11 or so, so it's cool to know that there's somewhere that you can go. Walking down the stairs so I don't fall. That would not be a good way to introduce yourself to a place when filming. Acknowledge a lot of my accomplishments and how much I've improved so far. So it went from thinking this was going to be a self-care video like shopping and good for the mind, good for the body, and then it became a deeper dive into self-care.
Well, what happened was the head spirit takes him on a journey to see himself. And when you walk
It's not like Christmas Carol. Isn't that like Christmas Carol?
And when you walked out to that shopping center today and went into those businesses to talk to them, it was like somebody was guiding.
This is nice for like, you remember when we used to have those events? It is a bowling alley. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. Well, there's people in there, so I don't want to film too much. So watch your step here. I miss the industry. I miss, you know, being heavily involved in the industry, but it also can obviously have toxic elements to it. I think that's something that people are not shy about discussing today, right? You know, I think it's always better to be as self-employed as you can be. Hello all. We are headed out. It is mucho sunny out, and I have a gift card to go shopping. So I'm going to go shopping and enjoy my gift card because I like to shop. So I'm gonna go see what I can get. My gift card is at Macy's, so I'm gonna go shop because I like shopping. The other day I went out in the sun and I realized I put on no sunscreen, so my face didn't burn, but that's okay. So now I'm gonna go shop. Okay. This is the dada. We ate our hot dog in a bucket in the casa, didn't we? Mm. So are we bringing any bucket arising out with us?
We have both a bucket of sandwich, and we have several buckets of yogurt, and a bucket of
Do you like my sloth eating pizza seat covers? They are sloths and they are eating pizza. I know you would expect nothing less from me. Ignore the messy car, and the windows are open because the car has no air conditioning. We did pay to get it fixed, but that's what happens when you go to a creepy car dealer who takes all your money and doesn't fix anything. Yeah, but we are headed out. It is a mucho sunny out. And
the creepy car dealer said that he was willing to try again and take some more money and attempt to fix it again.
yes. So now we will be getting in the car. It's not even summertime yet and it's already baking, so I might have to save up for another round of trying to get my air fixed. Okay, so we're getting in the car with my sloth friends, eating pizza. I know it's an inanimate object, but yes. Oh, and if you're wondering what happened to my arm, I have a you look at that. I have like a drawer that has makeup in it. It's made of plastic, and the drawer was like flying out, and I grabbed it because I didn't want it to fall on the floor because it would have broken, and it nicked me. So I have a wound now. It's not good. No. Hello, it is us. It is me. I am wearing green.
Show me.
My green shirt. This is the dada. I am wearing green. Yes, we are going out to shop. Yes, we are driving with our windows open, not because we're cool, but because we have no air conditioning. This man just ran out in front of the car, but that's okay. So yes, we are going out, and I have a gift card, and that makes me happy because I have a gift card. So that means I can buy stuff, which makes me happy.
Will you show them your gift card?
I will show them the gift card. This boo-boo is from my drawer in my house. It is a plastic drawer where I keep some of my makeup, and it was gonna go flying out, and I didn't want it to go boom on the floor. So I tried grabbing it, and I realized that this boo-boo is from that. So now I have a boo-boo and I have a gift card, which makes me happy. So yes. Hello all. Do you want to hold it for me? Okay. Hello world. I have a gift card. They are not sponsoring me. It's just that I have a gift card. And I'm going to go there to find things that appeal to me. Thank you. No, this way so I can see.
I can hold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello all. I am shopping. Back up so the people can see the beauty. This might be nice to dance with Santa.
Filming all the clothes.
Why?
It looks.
What are you doing? What are you doing? I want to show people a nice coat. It was seasonal. What are you doing?
You'll see. I'm coming. Look at this. Look at this.
I understand. It's beautiful, okay?
Take it. Perfect.
Okay.
Is it on?
Yes, back up. Hello. I have found things. That is the scanny device there. Okay, back to me. Back to me. Okay, I'm shopping for things. I find things that I think are ugly, but that's why I like them. This is like $5. This is also $5. This is $10. I like it because it's ugly. This is $24. This is also like $5. I think, I don't even know if I have enough because there was a lady the other day, she told me I didn't know math. She might be right. Good enough. I'll pay the difference if there's a balance. Okay. Give it to me. Filming myself. Okay, you want to film me? Okay. Hello all. I'm still hydrating, but I got the goods. My gift card was for $50, and the difference, I had to pay was $3 and a penny. Some of the stuff is mucho cute, some of it is ugly, but that's why I liked it. At some point I should show it to them like in a fashion video. I used to do those a while ago. We'll do that, we'll add that to this video assortment. And then I saw my friend, and then now I'm going to go bring this to the car. She asked me where I was going, and it was to pee. And I think she was shocked that I said that. But why be shocked? We all pee. It's true. Okay, first I'm going to the car, then I will pee. Hello. You're not showing the people my forehead. No. I can't, they cannot see me. A little more. Hello. I got this iced cold brew thing from the Ralph's because it's better. And they gave me these straws that are repurposed, I think. And I'm sure they're fine. And yes, it's very good. I like it. It's much better than their coffee, and it's also much better than Starbucks. It's very good. I like it a lot. And now I'm going to have some chips.
A little bit of short.
What?
Short.
Okay. I'm now eating chips at a napkin because we have chips. I thought it was important to show you this. That I'm eating chips. I like chips. So I am enjoying my shopping day. This is the main mall area, and then when we turn this way is this situation with this shopping center, which is technically not part of the mall and not really advertised very well. We are now going up the escalator, but it's kind of like abandoned, and
This is the name.
I don't understand how this is staying in business, honestly.
This is the name.
It's really actually sad because there's like this thing up here. It's like a bowling alley. It's not really a bowling, it's like a food place, and it has like these little mini bowling
It
things.
has like 6 bowling lanes on each floor. So this is the name.
Esplanade. And as you know, like restaurants need revenue to stay in business, but there's like nothing happening here. Like everything's like super ghost town here. The architecture is super interesting though. I mean, like this one never even finished. This one,
It's open.
I don't understand how they stay in business, honestly. They're probably using the money that they had to open in the first place, like loans and stuff like that. But everyone said it's
This is a copy exactly of Century City.
people in the article said it reminds them of California shopping centers. You gotta admit, it's really cool looking, and you wouldn't expect something like this to exist here. And it's a shame that it's not functioning better. Let me take a photo.
Really cool.
We are just, the restaurants are really cool, and it's actually quite sad that how like abandoned it all is, honestly. Like, I can't imagine that these restaurants are going to stay in business because there's no customers. You know, for us, we come here all the time and we have to remind ourselves that this even exists, you know?
You could mention
Like all of that.
how
this,
they got all this
this
into that lot.
architecture and everything reminds people of California. So, and there's the thing up there.
That was one of the things, those floating walkways, that they said was reminiscent of Century City.
Yeah.
The floating walkways.
Do you want to go up to the bowling thing and film it, or it's not that important?
Yeah.
You can. I'll ask them, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say for YouTube, I'm just going to be like, can I take a photo for social media? to the bowling area.
It's an interesting concept. Very LA-like.
I'm just gonna say social media because I really don't want to be one of those people that's like, can I film this for YouTube? I just want to be like, is it okay if I film for my social media? How do I even phrase that? I'm not used to doing that.
Get used to
Huh?
it because you're important.
Am I going in alone or are you gonna come with me? I don't even know.
Anyway,
And then what is this?
it's a crossover.
No, but what is that other thing supposed to be?
It's either a second story of that restaurant, or I think it's the second story. But up there is actually other types of retail.
Should I just go in and say, can I walk around instead of telling them I'm filming?
No, because they'll catch you.
Yeah.
Then I walk around and film.
I don't like doing it because it's awkward, but
You could say, I live here.
I don't know. I feel awkward about
You're
doing
not
it.
awkward. Just, you gotta get used to it.
I don't know what this is gonna be here.
It's boarded up, I think, right now. But it's gonna be
Another restaurant or shop here or something. I know that there's so many vloggers that like they get a high out of doing those things. For me, it's very they talk about some of those Disney vloggers, and I'm not going to mention which ones and how much they get a kick out of like doing that. But
doing what?
going in somewhere and being like, can I film for social media or whatever? For me, it drives me out of my mind because I guess because my ego is so low that I find it very unnerving. What is this area supposed to be? I guess it's supposed to be like a deck, maybe, because there's nothing there at the moment. There can be, I guess, right? We'll go this way.
I would say, I walked this the other day, and I would say that 80% of it is unoccupied.
And it's such a nice concept because they have like the entire 2-story area there. See, that was the last deck. You were gonna like go up the stairs and go up to some area you weren't supposed to go to. Then you get banned. Why are you on the roof? See, that was supposed to be Pure Bar and these different like gym things that never opened.
The problem is that all of this is supposed to be shops. And that thing on the end there is massive inside and it's unoccupied.
Well, all of this is unoccupied.
All this is
Empty, empty, empty.
They're having a tough time getting going. But,
I know that this place does some business because people see it from the outside.
and it is cute.
It's cute, the Joey
It's
Aventura
really cute.
to restaurant, right? I could go down there and see if I can take a photo in there.
Yeah. You know, we can go in alone and see.
I am going down these stairs of doom right here.
Yeah, be proud if they say what you're trying is tell them. This will come easier.
Well, I'm struggling, and I guess that's an interesting element to put in this video, is that you always hear about these vloggers that go around, and I'm not comparing myself to a vlogger that has like 1 million followers, but I have a channel that's established, and I have a lot of ego problems at the thought. Quite frankly, if I had 1 million followers, I think I'd have the exact same problem. Honestly, that I have. I guess the viewers are going to say it's refreshing. I'd rather like hear someone that is having problems with that type of stuff than the opposite. So,
All right, I'm gonna sit here.
how do I even get in it? Where's the front?
Right there.
I don't know. It says to go around.
Close it around.
I guess so. Uh-huh. That was really cool. It's weird how I'm incorporating that into this video now. I didn't intend for that, but I'm definitely struggling with something I think called imposter syndrome or something like that, where I'm having a lot of difficulty in I guess, being able to say who I am or have an ego, as I was taught when I was very young, unfortunately by my mother, not to have an ego, and having an ego meant you were a bad person. And I'm not talking, and see, I'm justifying it, right? Not anything like being a narcissist, but like, I struggle with it. So like that was a lot of anxiety for me, but I need to practice with it. It's interesting how like one of those things I always come across on TikTok, like those inspirational things, it said I will become more myself in April than I have ever been. And it makes me want to cry, because I realize that there are girls that you'll see walking around when they're very young, where their parents tell them, whether they deserve it or not, that they are the bleak and that they could accomplish anything they want. And I had a mother that told me I was gutter trash in everything I did. In everything I did. When I had the callbacks with The Lion King, you're gutter trash, your cousins are very talented too. It's not a big deal that you're doing this professional audition. They were also told that they couldn't come. Remember when I performed at the Broward Center, that they couldn't come, and they gave the excuse that it was the wrong religion. In reality, they couldn't come because it was a professional theatrical production, and they couldn't come because it might hurt their ego. So apparently there is a sale, which means I must go in. So I'm going to go in and see what I can get that's cheap. So I shopped a little, and now I'm going to go put this stuff back in the car, get a Gatorade, and I'm like coughing on my own spit.
Usually get a scooter.
I need to work on my ego. The other thing, I talk about childhood, but the truth is that the subbing greatly hurt me, because I was at a job referring to the subbing, and specifically the work that I did with Miami-Dade schools at this one school, where, on a daily basis I'm being told, you're ugly, you're deformed, I hope that you get cancer. This wasn't exactly the most uplifting school to work for.
And we had the fellow teachers telling law enforcement on the side who is this trespasser. They know who we are.
I had a lot of very demented things happen. My dad's talking about, I had an incident where a teacher who knew me told a police officer that was helping out with like one of the first days of school that she didn't know who I was, and she thought I was a trespasser to the school. She did that obviously because she's demented, and she thought it was funny. She knew exactly who I was. I had actually just worked the entire day in her room helping her.
He even said,
if you're wondering in the video, like, well, how did that end? If it's so serious, he actually said to me, why would she lie? I showed him my ID tag, and he said, I wanted part of this. I didn't want any part of this. He didn't understand why she was demented. It's like, but at the same time, it's like, you're acknowledging that someone just made up a false police report, and you don't want to get involved. You don't want to question her and get involved and have to write paperwork up and stuff. So the toxicity of that environment affected me also. I have splurged, and today I have got something different. I just got the Shaky Shack, and I got, it's just easier if you see it in the bucket, chicken sandwich and fries. Yes. fries, chicken sandwich, Dada eating your own turkey sandwich, and stealing my ketchup, even though I have limited amount of ketchup. It's not like, remember that very nice guy that worked there who gave me like 40 pounds of ketchup? Yeah, one time in the past, there was this guy that worked there, and I said, can I have extra ketchup? And he gave me like 40 packets of ketchup. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Yeah, I guess it was a very self-care day after all. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to go upstairs now and have soup because I had Shake Shack earlier and now my stomach hurts because this individual talked me into having chicken sandwich and now I feel a little queasy from it. I don't know I don't know. I don't know. I like it, but I feel like every time I eat it, it makes me a little...
Early enough, you can get it.
Still burping it and digesting it. I'm gonna burp right now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I will see you soon in my next video. I have Patreon, channel memberships, all that. And I will see you all soon in my next video, and bye!